Tapping into possibilities, how age, resilience, and compassion can change the world. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast, where we explore stories that challenge, inspire, and transform. Today, we're diving into a narrative that will shake your perceptions and ignite your spirit. We had the extraordinary privilege of interviewing Teresa A Pitts, a woman whose journey embodies the very essence of resilience, compassion, and the boundless power of human potential. Teresa isn't just another voice in the crowd. She's a beacon of hope, a testament to the idea that it's never too late to make a difference. At 65, when many are settling into retirement, Teresa founded a nonprofit organization called Tap Into the Possibilities. Her story isn't just inspiring, it's a clarion call to action for all of us. But before we delve into Teresa's remarkable journey, let's take a moment to consider our own lives. How many times have you told yourself you were too old, too young, or not experienced enough to pursue your dreams? How often have you let fear of failure or societal expectations hold you back? Well, buckle up because Teresa's story is about to challenge every excuse you've ever made. Imagine this. You're cruising down the Santa Monica freeway in Los Angeles, the wind in your hair, the sun on your face. Life seems good, right? Now picture that same scene, but add a twist. A passenger suddenly becomes agitated and starts strangling you with your own seatbelt. Yes, you heard that right. This isn't the plot of a Hollywood thriller. This is what Teresa experienced while working as a Lyft driver during the pandemic. Let that sink in for a moment. Most of us would be traumatized, ready to throw in the towel and never drive again. But Teresa, she turned this harrowing experience into a catalyst for change. She didn't just survive, she thrived. After managing to pull off at an exit and escape her attacker, Teresa found herself waiting for police who never came. 2.5 hours of waiting only to give up after 5 minutes because she didn't believe they'd show up at all. It's a feeling of abandonment that many in marginalized communities know all too well. But here's where Teresa's story takes an extraordinary turn. Instead of retreating into fear and silence, she shared her experience on TikTok. Her video received over 400,000 views and comments. In that moment, Teresa transformed her personal trauma into a platform for awareness and change. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, well, that's it. Surely she quit after that. But remember, this is Teresa we're talking about. In her own words, someone tried to kill me. This is a heavy weight to carry, and I could have quit, but I did not. Let that statement marinate for a second. How many of us can say we faced death and come out swinging? Teresa didn't just survive, she used this experience as a touchstone for her resilience. Whenever she faces challenges now, she reminds herself, if I didn't quit after someone tried to kill me, I'm going to get this done. This, my friends, is what separates dreamers from doers. It's not about never facing adversity. It's about how you respond when life throws its worst at you. Teresa's unwavering determination in the face of unimaginable odds is what drove her to tap into the possibilities at an age when many are more concerned with their golf swing than changing the world. But Teresa's strength isn't born from stubbornness or a refusal to acknowledge pain. It comes from a place of deep faith and purpose. She looks up to God in good times and bad, saying, don't lose faith in me because I'm going to do everything that you put in me to do for the underserved in our communities. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. That's great for Teresa, but I'm not that strong. I don't have that kind of faith. Well, here's a newsflash. Teresa wasn't born with superhuman strength. She developed it one challenge at a time, one act of service at a time. And that's where we come to the heart of Teresa's message. It's not just about overcoming adversity. It's about using your experiences, even the painful ones, as fuel for something greater. It's about recognizing that every challenge you face is an opportunity to grow stronger, to become more resilient, and to make a bigger impact on the world around you. But let's be real for a moment. This journey isn't easy. Teresa's path to founding her nonprofit wasn't a straight line paved with roses and champagne. It was messy, complicated, and at times downright terrifying. But that's what makes her story so powerful. It's not a fairy tale. It's a testament to the indomitable human spirit. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Teresa's work with Tap Into the Possibilities isn't just about defying age stereotypes or overcoming trauma. It's about the delicate balance between compassion for others and self-love. As one of only two people doing the work in her organization, Teresa found herself putting those she serves in the homeless community before herself. Sound familiar? How many of us have thrown ourselves into work, family, or service only to end up burnt out and resentful? Teresa's experiences have taught her that while compassion is essential, so is self-care. It's a lesson that resonates deeply, especially in a world where burnout and compassion fatigue are as common as morning coffee. But here's the kicker. Teresa learned that to effectively serve others, she needed to take care of herself too. This balance between compassion for others and self-love is a delicate one, but it's crucial for anyone who wants to make a lasting impact. Uh, it's about recognizing that you can't pour from an empty cup, that taking time for self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Uh, think about it. How often do we push ourselves to the limit, wearing our busyness like a badge of honor? We live in a culture that glorifies the hustle, that tells us we're not doing enough unless we're exhausted. But what if, like Teresa, we recognize that taking care of ourselves is an essential part of achieving our goals and serving others? This is where Teresa's approach to speaking and sharing her message becomes truly inspiring. She describes her voice as smooth and mellow with an elevated volume that carries to the back of the room. But it's not just about being heard, it's about being felt. You can hear vulnerability, sensitivity, and empathy in her voice. When she speaks, she genuinely wants to be part of the solution, not the problem. In a world where we're often encouraged to project strength at all costs, Teresa's willingness to be vulnerable is like a breath of fresh air. It reminds us that true strength isn't about hiding our struggles or pretending we have all the answers. It's about being real, being open, and being willing to connect with others on a human level. And let's be honest, isn't that what we're all craving? In this age of carefully curated social media profiles and highlight reels, don't we all long for genuine connection? Teresa's story reminds us that our power lies not in our perfection, but in our willingness to be authentically ourselves. But Teresa's impact goes beyond just inspiring individuals. Her work challenges us to rethink how we approach service and community engagement. Her nonprofit isn't just about providing services to the homeless community. It's about recognizing the humanity in every person, regardless of their circumstances. It's about tapping into the possibilities that exist when we come together to support one another. Now, I want you to take a moment and think about your own community. How often do we truly see the people around us? How often do we take the time to recognize their potential, their struggles, their humanity? Teresa's work reminds us that real change happens when we connect with others on a human level, when we see beyond labels and circumstances to the inherent worth in every individual. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of Teresa's story is the way it challenges our assumptions about age and capability. In a society that often glorifies youth and novelty, Teresa's decision to start a nonprofit at 65 is nothing short of revolutionary. It's a powerful reminder that it's never too late to pursue your passion, to make a difference, to tap into new possibilities. This message is crucial, not just for those nearing retirement age, but for all of us. How often do we put off our dreams because we think we're too young, too old, or not ready? How often do we let society's expectations about what we should be doing at certain ages hold us back from what we really want to do? Teresa's journey shows us that age is just a number. What matters is our passion, our commitment, and our willingness to work hard for what we believe in. It's a call to action for all of us to reassess our own self-imposed limitations and to dare to pursue our dreams, regardless of our age or circumstances. But let's not sugarcoat things. Starting a nonprofit at 65 isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Teresa faces challenges every day, from fundraising to navigating bureaucracy, from dealing with the heartbreaking realities of homelessness to managing her own energy levels. It's not an easy road. But here's the thing. Teresa doesn't do it because it's easy. She does it because it's necessary. And that's a lesson we can all take to heart. How often do we shy away from challenges because they seem too hard? How often do we choose comfort over growth, safety over impact? Teresa's story reminds us that the most worthwhile endeavors are often the most difficult. But here's where Teresa's wisdom really shines through. She understands that it's not about being perfect or having all the answers. It's about showing up day after day and doing what you can with what you have. It's about recognizing that every small act of kindness, every moment of connection can ripple out and create change in ways we might never see. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, that's great for Teresa, but I'm not ready to start a nonprofit, and that's okay. Teresa's story isn't about telling you to quit your job and dedicate your life to service, although if that's your calling, go for it. It's about challenging you to tap into your own possibilities, whatever they may be. Maybe for you, it's about finally writing that book you've been thinking about for years. Maybe it's about volunteering at a local shelter or mentoring a young person in your community. Maybe it's about having that difficult conversation with a loved one or finally pursuing that career change you've been dreaming of. Whatever it is, Teresa's story reminds us that we all have the power to make a difference. It's not about having all the answers or never facing setbacks. It's about persistence, resilience, and a willingness to keep moving forward even when things get tough. That as we near the end of our time together, I want to leave you with a challenge. Take a moment right now to reflect on your own life. What possibilities are you not tapping into? What myths or self imposed limitations are holding you back? Remember, it's never too late to start, it's never too early to make a difference, and you're never too inexperienced to learn and grow. Like Teresa, you have the power to transform your challenges into opportunities, your setbacks into stepping stones. So I invite you, no, I challenge you to tap into your own possibilities, whether it's starting a new project, volunteering in your community, or simply reaching out to someone in need. Take that first step. Be willing to be vulnerable, to work hard, and to keep going even when things get tough. And as you embark on your own journey of possibility, remember to balance your compassion for others with self love and self care. You can't sustainably serve others if you're running on empty. Take care of yourself so you can better take care of others. My Aunt Teresa A. Pitts' story is more than just an inspiring tale. It's a call to action, a challenge to each and every one of us to rethink what's possible in our own lives and in our communities. Her journey from trauma to triumph, from victim to changemaker, is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the power of purpose. So, as you leave this talk today, I want you to ask yourself, what possibilities will you tap into? What difference will you make? How will you use your experiences, your challenges, and your unique perspective to create positive change in your life and in the world around you? Remember, the world needs your voice, your passion, and your unique gifts. Don't let fear, age, or circumstance hold you back. Like Teresa, you have the power to turn your challenges into opportunities and your dreams into reality. Well, it's time to stop making excuses and start making a difference. It's time to challenge our assumptions about what's possible. It's time to recognize that every one of us, regardless of age, background, or circumstance, has the power to create meaningful change. So let's take a page from Teresa's book. Let's tap into our possibilities. Let's embrace our challenges as opportunities for growth. Let's balance our compassion for others with self love and self care. And most importantly, let's never ever give up on our dreams or our ability to make a difference. Because in the end, it's not about how old we are or how much experience we have. It's about how willing we are to show up, to be vulnerable, to work hard, and to keep pushing forward even when things get tough. The world is waiting for your unique contribution. Your community needs your passion, your ideas, your energy. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to tap into your possibilities. It's time to start your own journey of transformation and impact. Remember, if Teresa can start a nonprofit at 65 after facing a near death experience, what's stopping you from pursuing your dreams? What's holding you back from making the difference you were born to make? As we conclude this inspiring journey through Teresa A. Pitts' life and work, I want to leave you with one final thought. Your age is not a limitation, it's an asset. Your challenges are not obstacles, they're opportunities, and your compassion, when balanced with self care, is not a weakness. It's your greatest strength. So go forth and tap into your possibilities, embrace your unique journey, and never forget that you have the power to change the world, one small act of courage and compassion at a time. Thank you for joining us on this transformative exploration of age, resilience, and the power of possibility. Now, it's your turn. What will your story be? How will you tap into your possibilities? The world is waiting. It's time to answer the call.